Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material and use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
¡Fuera! ¡Fuera! ¡Fuera, Yankees de América Latina! Llegaron con promesas y banderas de libertad. Dejaron sangre, deuda y una falsa paz. Hablan de democracia desde un trono de acero, pero nuestras calles conocen su verdadero imperio. Robaron tierras, nombres, sueños y pan. Con dictadores firmaron la seguridad. Desde el norte mandan órdenes al sur, pero este pueblo ya perdió el miedo y alzó la luz. No somos patio trasero, no somos colonia más. La historia se escribe en fuego y hoy la vamos a cambiar. ¡Fuera, Yankees de América Latina! Esta tierra no se vende, se camina. ¡Fuera, Yankees de América Latina! Nuestra voz no se silencia ni se inclina. ¡Fuera! ¡Fuera! América Latina no se domina. América Latina no se domina. Países militares sobre pueblos sin voz. Corporaciones mandando más que Dios. Llaman ayuda al saqueo legal, pero la dignidad no la pueden comprar. Desde el río Bravo hasta la Patagonia, un mismo grito rompe la hegemonía. Indígena, obrero, estudiante y canción. Somos millones latiendo en revolución. No somos su negocio, no somos su botín. Aquí manda la memoria de los que lucharon hasta el fin. ¡Fuera, Yankees de América Latina! Ni bloqueos ni balas nos arrodillan. ¡Fuera, Yankees de América Latina! Soberanía viva, libre y combativa. ¡Fuera! 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 América Latina no se domina. América Latina no se levanta. No más golpes, no más mentiras, no más imperios sobre nuestras vidas. La patria es grande, la lucha también. Si tocan a uno, respondemos 100. Fuera, Yankees de América Latina. Desde el barrio hasta la cordillera. Fuera, Yankees de América Latina. Este continente ya decidió su bandera.
Hay un adulto jugando a la guerra como un niño rico sin educación. Lanza impuestos como fichas desde un trono de televisión. Nunca pisa la tierra que quema, nunca paga su destrucción. Manda bombas por berrinche y le llaman decisión. No es carácter, es violencia, no es poder, es corrupción. Cuando manda el capricho ajeno, tiembla el pueblo pero alza la voz. Deciden el interés nacional sobre tierras que no son suyas. Boca llena de riqueza, manos blancas, balas sucias. El muerto siempre es el pobre, el botín no cambia de dueño. 20 años de invasiones, repiten el mismo cuento. Prometieron libertad, llegaron con ocupación. Se llevaron el futuro y dejaron desolación. Tengo rabia contra el imperio, un lamento con razón. Cuando un pendejo con dinero juega a ser Dios con un botón. No hay guerra que sea juego, no hay misil que dé razón. Solo madres enterrando lo que el rico no lloró. Por Venezuela alzó el grito, no la uses de distracción. Que decida su camino, sin bloqueo ni invasión. Que no repitan el cuento de salvar con ocupación. Ya sabemos cómo acaba, con pobreza y represión. Que se escuche desde el cerro, desde el barrio y el solar. Los pueblos no son juguetes de quien no sabe mandar. La riqueza firma órdenes desde arriba y en lo alto, pero el hambre ejecuta en la casa y en el rancho. Se reparten los mapas como herencia del patrón y el mundo paga el berrinche del mimado con cañón. Detengan al niño rico, no con balas, con prisión. La arrogancia se detiene cuando el pueblo alza la voz. No más guerras por capricho, no más muerte por control. Que el poder baje del trono y responda por su horror. Que decida quién trabaja, quién resiste y quién nació. La autodeterminación no se compra con terror. El respeto al derecho ajeno es la paz, no imposición. Si el poder vende la vida, que retumbe el corazón.
Viene a decirnos con mucha firmeza y gran convencimiento lo mismo que nos decía en el siglo XVIII el barón de Holbach, ¿no? Un filósofo francés de origen alemán. Si nos remontamos al comienzo, entonces hallaremos que la ignorancia y el temor crearon a los dioses. La fantasía, el entusiasmo o el engaño los adornaron o desfiguraron. La debilidad les rinde culto, la credulidad los conserva, la costumbre los respeta y la tiranía los apoya para que la ceguera de los hombres sirva a sus propios intereses.
Who the fuck are you? I ask once more. Somebody please let me know. Always banging on WABOS. Hold on a second. Once more.
Oh, that's gonna hurt!
Gotcha, bitch.
This is why, hopefully today, it should be a fucking, I don't know, man, a mic drop. You know what I mean? At this moment, you just gotta shut the hell up at this moment. Before I get started, man, because I'm super fucking excited about this class. Okay, we're gonna pause for a moment on the, well, I mean, it's all touching it. You get what I mean? Like, I ran a class focusing on the whole Moorish approach towards, you know, the legality of the Supreme or Circuit Court or, you know, higher courts. This is another, you could say, angle, but not necessarily. It's just important to bring out. I've been mentioning these things to brothers. And today I'm going to bring you the, I guess you could say, the scientific approach to the shit. Do you get what I'm saying? The scientific approach to the whole shebang. To the whole shaboom shebang. You get what I mean? Now, y'all know I always, man, I always, you know, I always show you guys videos. So we're going to get started in some videos today. So what up, brother? Good to have you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. La Mesha, you know what's up. Like I said, that is my fucking favorite thing to say. Because I used to ask about, because in case you guys don't know, that's from Derbez and shit. And if you're from Mexico, like born there and grew up there, or at least spent a lot of time there, you'll find out that there's a lot of fucking words that Raza says that you don't even know what the fuck they say. Or like, at least you hear me, you're like, what does that even mean? Like, no tiene lenguas en su pelo. Like, what does that even mean? Okay, fine. Like, you know, you're expressive, you're honest, you know what I mean? But what does the pelos have to do with your tongue? You know?
Que alguien me explique.
Madre, güey, no te entiendo, güey. No te entiendo, cabrón. What up, Jeremías? Buenos días. Hold on a second, bro. No, not that one. Hold on a second. I'm going to call you this one.
¡Viva México, cabrones!
What up, what up, Cuyo? Hold on, I got to find one for you, bro. Hold on.
MESHIACHA.
I'll give you that one and shit. Hold on. I'm going to get one for you, bro. What up, Cuyo? What up, Cuyo? What up, VTC, bro? Tahui Aniaokiske. I believe I said it right. If not, my bad, bro. What up, Lintero? Driving, flying by, dropping bombs. I think that's what you mean, bro. Yes, sir. Buenas tardes. What up? What would be real? All right. Now that we got everybody here, let's get fucking started. Let's get going, man, because like we're gonna prove some shit about who we are.
Somos un ejército cautivo esperando la señal pa' comerme al enemigo. Huitzilopochtli, dime si es rival o amigo, que del ejército mexica tus guerreros siguen vivos.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about. We're waiting. We're waiting for the signal. Who's good? Who's not? Who's an enemy? Who's a friend? Friend or foe? Now, I know what it means. Since I was a morro, I always ask questions, bro. And maybe that's why I am the way I am. You know, I always ask questions like, what does that even mean, mom? Like, I even found out that calling somebody a cabron comes from the word like cabra, and cabras are fucking hard-headed. No seas cabrón, güey. Like, don't be hard-headed. So that's why the whole Derbez, que alguien me explique was fucking funny to me, because I always had those questions. I know what they meant. I just didn't understand it. Like, sin pelos en la lengua. What the fuck how does that relate to you just being honest? You know what I mean? That's something like that.
Que alguien me explique.
All right, so now let's get going. I've selected the videos the way I'm supposed to watch them. We're going to watch this one first. It says here, why African Americans think they are Native American Aboriginals and not from Africa. Runuko Rashid. I'm going to let him explain it. And we're not just going to, talk shit. We're going to bring out some facts. And quite frankly, it's going to I think it's going to debunk two theories, which is why, first and foremost, I appreciate you, Brother Vega, for coming to this channel. I know that you have an understanding of this being an old world, and then to the people I already talked to, though I text them technically, haven't talked to them, that I'm just gonna, because I have some brothers asking me questions, we talked about it too, so I'm gonna just show what we see, and maybe there's a way he can answer that next time he comes. This isn't about debating him or I. I do not want to debate my brethren. Like Canelo, when he was boxing, he's like, he don't want to fight Mexicans. Some of y'all say, oh, because he's scared of them. You know what, bro? I love my people. And whenever a raza fights, I don't like seeing it, man, because I know how we are. Like this last fight, Vaquero against, God, what was his name? And I knew Vaquero was going to win because he's just awkward. But man, he demolished him. That's our people. I don't want to see that. So it's not about that. I want to have an understanding and fair game. If, let's say, you don't have an answer for him, hey, man, all power. That's just the way it is. Because there's a lot of examples that you can't say, this is an old world, like the way we look, and then like even the pyramids, similarities, the dog Sholo, the concept of corn, which is what we're going to demolish today, the concept of corn. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about hating anybody, bro. I love you, brothers and sisters, man. Like if you care for this channel sincerely, and there's like no narrative behind it, then all more power to you. I appreciate your fucking support. So it's not going to be about that. You'll never see that. Now, when it comes to Kakasha and that fucking dumbass, fuck him. You give people one, maybe two chances. 3 times is fucking way enough. Like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Oh, fuck, man. There's no hell for you. But anyways, back to the subject. Let's get going, all right? Because we're gonna show how some of this stuff is just not making sense. And I'm going to go, like I said, you know me, family. If I don't come at you, I'm going to go at your cartilage. Yeah, I know what I mean. I talked about it before. Let's go.
I haven't seen anything to indicate that just because you have a name like Blackfoot, that you are somehow descended from the original people of the Americas. Cherokee owned African slaves. A lot of people don't know that. We talk about a lot of times that we had a harmonious relationship with Native Americans, but it wasn't always like that. Some Native Americans actually were slave owners. The group of Native Americans that I have the most respect for are the Seminoles, because in Florida, people call Seminoles and the descendants of enslaved Africans fought together. And we even know the names of some of them.
So, you see, I never denied that.
Oh, that's gonna hurt!
Never have. As I've said before, your story didn't start in 1619. The whole concept of critical race theory, the white man's pushing back on it. Oh my God, it's so fake. Then you know what you should do? Let them teach facts. Because 1619 didn't start there. And he's right. There were Africans in Florida with Narvaez. The one thing they're forgetting, though, is that they were conquistadors. They had slaves as well. So that's, you know what I mean? So you got to kind of work with what they give you. Fine. Then you bring the facts. Then you bring the rest of what they're leaving out. That's not their prerogative. It's our job to bring out the facts outside of the cloudiness. Let's go.
A brother named John Horse. There's a Native American hero named Wildcat, who was very much a champion of African people. There are people like Osceola. But I haven't seen any indication that these Native American groups, which we are claiming relationships with, are really the descendants of the first people in the Americas. In other words, to make a long story short, I think this Aboriginal thing is nonsense. I think it's anti-African. I think it's destructive to our community, and it should be nipped in the bud. And anybody who engaged in any kind of critical thinking wouldn't have any difficulty finding the fallacy of it.
Today, we're going to actually get the fallacy of it. Let me get through these videos, and you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about.
As a matter of fact, I even question whether it's an African thing. I think that you have white supremacist organizations that...
By the way, I did say that, like I told y'all, man. I said that Khazars are behind this shit. The Khazars are behind this shit. They are funding these people to say some ridiculous crap because it benefits them for you to be confused and to confuse other people or to cause chaos within those other people. Like I was telling a brother, we were texting each other, right? And I was like, you know, all of this stuff is happening, but at least we've been knowing that this was going to happen. It's not like a surprise to us. A lot of people are like, oh my God, war in Iran. Like we've been talking about this, whether, you know, somebody said it sooner than others. It doesn't matter. The conversations has been going on in this channel since 2023. 2023, I started mentioning the things that are going on in Palestine are going to come over here, right? Brothers added to the fact, hey, listen, man, Iran's going to be the first war, blah, 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 blah. And I've been watching other people, this Asian professor for some time, maybe I could say about a year already, almost a year. And it was brought to me by my wife. And, you know, he's a professor, Asian guy, he has an accent, but he talks history. And I like that shit. And he brings out certain biblical things, which I don't agree with, but you know, he brings that information out. Again, it's kind of like family. Your mom gives you a plate full of different foods. Some is really good. Some is like, you're not going to finish it all. So you're going to eat what you know is good, what you like, all right? In this case, take what they give you, dissect what you believe is strong, go and prove it. And if it's proven, bring it out. Because if it's not, then go back to the drawing board and find out what is real and what is not. I've been sharing that kind of mindset since 2022. Y'all brothers and sisters should know this by now.
Plant these seeds, even give false African identities to further split the African community. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I believe in the global unity of African people, and anything that attempts to sabotage that.
And that's fair and square, bro. That's fair and square. I can respect you for that. I don't have a problem with people like him. Him and I, we could probably hang out and drink a beer at a bar. I don't have a problem with people that love who they are and who their people is. Fuck no, you're supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Not with racism and shit and hatred and want to kill everybody like, you know, the Anglos and they fucking just don't understand that. They're fucking psychotic, bro. You know what I mean? They got no vessel in the spirit. That's what it is, bro. I'm sorry, backwards. They got no spirit in their vessel. Unfortunately, that's what it is. Right? So at least you can respect this right here. What I don't like about certain Pan-Africanists like IUIC, you know, Nate the Snake, he's a Pan-Africanist. And he's pushing the 12-tribe chart, telling our people that they came out of his nutsack. For real. Like, this is what he's basically saying. I don't feel sorry for those fucking idiots in those rooms. I'm talking to the ones that are not in there, that are wondering, what is he talking about? Full of shit. Let's go.
That I'm opposed to. And so this Aboriginal indigenous nonsense, which is just that, to me is one of the worst things that's happened to our community in a very long time, and it needs to be called as such. Much of it, I think, stems from an anti-Africanism. I think that there are people in our community who would rather be called turds in the toilet than an African. I do believe that, because we've been taught to be so ashamed of Africa. And so I think that feeds this Aboriginal indigenous nonsense. And I think a lot of it is the result of a lack of critical thinking, and that people confuse the first arrivals with indigenous. People of African heritage were the first people to settle the the Western Hemisphere, the Western world. But there's a very different, it's very different to say that we were the first to come here than to say that we are the direct descendants of those original African people. And that's the problem.
You see, even within that, like, what? What are you saying, Todd? What are you saying, Todd? Right? Okay. Now let's move on. Let's go.
Bro, I'm indigenous to American Indian, not African, whole different tribe. No, y'all Negroes are indigenous to TikTok. We haven't heard any of this shit since before the 2020 pandemic. You guys are pretending pandemic Indians, to be exact, my brother. There is no proof or no evidence of a whole gang of black people over here before the Native Americans. So, I hate to break your indigenous heart, but you lost your goddamn African mind, my brother.
He said indigenous heart. Gotcha, bitch. It's just funny. Let's continue. Hold on. Now, here's what I'm like. Okay, so you're trying to tell me that you actually believed her? Is that what you're saying? Because, you know, there's such a thing called sarcasm.
They've been lying to us. Black people are the real natives. We've been here, yo. The Olmecs are black. Black people, are you fucking crazy? You have no DNA here in the Americas. You have no native history here told by our ancestors. You have no culture or artifacts buried here found by archaeologists prior to 1492. Anti-black. Telling everybody.
So I guess he's offended. Nah. Check it out. Why am I showing all these things? Why does it matter? Let me show you guys something. How to make masa. How to make masa. Let's see. Masa for tamales. What do you need to make masa? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Tamales. Learn how to make masa. Grandmothers, right? You know, all that shit, right? In case you don't know, the way you make masa de harina, okay, is with corn. We're going to go deep into this topic today because if you Aboriginals, so-called, that look like West Africans, were originally here before us, okay, then this should be not only in your diet today, it should be in your fucking bones. Your isotopes should be showing that for generations, your people have been eating corn in this continent. Way before us. You should have much more isotope showing that you've been eating corn for quite some time. And you want to know something, family? I've been asking everybody about this question for fucking, 3 years already. What about your diet? What about your diet? Matter of fact, I probably was the first one to start asking that fucking question.
Long before the riot.
Probably the first one to be like, hey, what about your diet? What about your diet? What about the food did you eat? What about, you know what I mean? Like, what do we do with that? Nobody could answer it. Right? Okay, so now we're going to go scientific on this shit. Because here's where we're going to probably, I don't know, man. We got to drop the mic at this point. WABOS, you can't get around this. You cannot get around this. Fuck, you can't get around this. If you say you are from these lands and we stole your heritage and you are a so-called African American or you look like an African American that we typically see, right? So like if I'm one of you and I commit a crime and somebody sees me, they're going to ask, what was he? White, black, Hispanic, They're going to say, well, he looked African American or African, yada, 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 with those features. They're not going to say he looked African American. Well, I mean, he's going to say that because of what the standard is, but more likely they'll be like, well, he looks African, right? So now, one thing you never lose is your diet. In your body, like the old saying, you are what you eat. You are what you eat.
Oh, that's gonna hurt!
So for all you WABOs, we're going to debunk your shit today. We're going to go scientific with this motherfucking thing. Because you know what? I've been asking you guys for years already, if you guys were the original people in this land, how come you don't eat the fucking food we eat? We stole the fucking corn? We took the whole masa making away from ya? Matter of fact, we were the ones that manipulated the corn and we took that from you too? Please. Somebody explain that shit to me, bro. Today we're gonna demolish this shit. Put it once and forth in the bucket. And take these videos, family, and cut them in pieces and post them. Use it. We're going to debunk their theory. Because all it is that. And you know what? Like the brother said, bro, and I'll call him a brother because he cares for his people. Just like I care for my people. You can respect somebody like that. That shit fucked up with your head. If you really were those people here, you should be having this shit in your bones. Meaning when they do a DNA test and they pull out some isotopes and they do that type of carbon, experiment, what do you call it? I don't know, scientific word, whatever they use in order to like run tests on that shit. It'll show that you would have a high density of corn in your bones. And guess what? I'm also going to show how a portion of certain people did that were so-called Africans. But guess what? It's an isolated fucking case through slavery. Y'all playing checkers, man. I'm way ahead of you. I'm not even playing chess with y'all.
Centro-Mesoamerican population group. This distinction is critical. Genetic studies of indigenous Mexico generally find two major clusters. First, there's the Pan-American cluster, which represents a broad genetic signal found across North and South America. Second, there's the Central Mesoamerican cluster, which is specific to the distinct cultural zone of central Mexico.
It's talking about all the tribes that we're dealing with, okay? Okay. And by the way, this video leaves out North America, but I'm still going to show other ones that actually prove it. Let's go.
As the researchers explained, placing Teotihuacan firmly within the Central Mesoamerican cluster suggests that the core population was deeply local. Despite the city's
deeply local, by the way. Hey, what up, Shibaba? Good to have you here. Yeah, you're right. We're not the children of the corn for no reason. Hello, bro. Let's go.
Reputation as a New York of the ancient world, a place that attracted immigrants from far-flung regions. The people who built the city were not mysterious outsiders or foreign conquerors. They were the organic outgrowth of the region's indigenous history. However, the study also revealed a fascinating nuance. While the general population fit into this local Central Mexican box, the diversity of the sublineages was immense. To explain this simply, all the people belong to the same tree, the core genetics.
We were all one people. We always have been, fam. You guys that are up north, us that are down south, us that are in the middle, we've always been one people. You're going to find out that even in North America, like this land's up here, all the way up to like north, they were harvesting corn. Corn is what the Most High gave us. He gave everybody a distinction of who they are. He gave Esau the sword. He gave you Hebrews the corn. It's in your bones. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now he's referencing this, but that's not the point. Let's pay attention. Now it's going to begin.
The study found that the individuals belong to many different specific branches or sublineages of that tree. This supports the archaeological view that Teotihuacan was a multi-ethnic city. It implies that while people were from the general region, they migrated to the city from many different specific but generally nearby towns, valleys, and villages, bringing their distinct local genetic branches to mix in the metropolis. But genetics alone tells only...
That's right here. Pay attention to what he says, family. Let me slow it down because I want to make sure that you listen. Okay? And I'm going to put it in Spanish translation for you guys that are more eloquent in Spanish than in English. Let's see. Let's start this way. Spanish, bro. There it goes. All right? So here we go. Ahí les va. Vamos.
Only half the story. To understand how these people lived, the researchers turned to stable isotope analysis. This technique operates on the principle that you are...
Stable isotope analysis.
Or what you... But genetics alone...
Stable isotope analysis. We're going to look into that a lot. Again, WABOS. So-called Aboriginals, FBAs, BHI, supposed to be the same people. How come you don't have this in your fucking diet? BHI, you can't explain this. If we run a test on so-called Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, supposedly they're Judites, right? Supposedly. We run a test on your asses, bro, there ain't no corn in you other than chitlins and some fucking other thing. We are not the same people. And like I said, this is going to debunk a lot of shit. And it's also going to debunk the other theory that we have a question on. You get what I'm saying? You see now now you're learning how I move? Let's go.
One tells only half the story. To understand how these people lived, the researchers turned to stable isotope analysis. This technique operates on the principle that you are what you eat. As the body builds bone and tooth enamel, it absorbs chemical elements from food. Specifically, the researchers looked at carbon and nitrogen isotopes. Measuring these isotopes is more like reading a cumulative receipt of everything a person ate over the last decade of their life. The isotopic evidence revealed a heavy, almost singular reliance on C4 plants. In nature, most plants, like wheat, rice, or trees, use a photosynthetic process called C3.
Remember, C3, C4. Breed predominantly have more C4 than C3. Europeans have a lot of C3. Let's continue.
But distinct tropical grasses, most notably maize or corn, use a process called C4. This different process leaves a heavier fingerprint of carbon-13 in the bones of the people who eat it. The levels found in the Teotihuacan skeletons were so high that they suggest a diet overwhelming.
Did you hear what he said?
This different process leaves a heavier fingerprint of carbon-13 in the bones of the people who eat it. The levels found in the Teotihuacan skeletons were so high that they suggest a diet overwhelmingly dominated by corn. Maize was not...
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Wabos? Tariq Nasheed, Mike TV, Culomiados, all of you dumbasses that believe this fucking stupidity. I challenge you to a fucking debate in your channel or on your live. I don't give a shit. We're going to go deep on this crap because if that's really who you are, I got a lot of questions and I got a lot of resources, excuse me, that debunk your shit. You're going to need to learn Spanish too because I will bring both documentation. English and Spanish sources. Because it's about time we start really putting it, we start nipping this shit in the butt. It's kind of like you're playing word games with these people. Fuck no, bro. Don't waste your time. Prove who they are through who they are.
Oh, that's gonna hurt!
And that ain't who they are.
Just food. It was their identity. It was their economy. To support a population of over 100,000 people in a semi-arid highland valley required a...
It was our identity.
Mass Teotihuacan skeletons were so high that they suggest a diet overwhelmingly dominated by corn. Maize was not just food. It was their identity. It was their economy.
It was our identity still. It is our economy still. If you guys really think that this is not an important question to suggest, then I don't know what to tell you. Let's remind ourselves here in case, because some of them want to go biblical and shit. They're like, oh my God, you guys are not those people. You guys are not those people, Ak. You guys are Spaniards. All right, sounds good. Hold on, let me see if I got it. Hold on, let me see. Let's see. There we go, right? Have it all categorized. Exodus 12 and 8 talks about something. Exodus 12 and 8 says, and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread. And bitter herbs they shall eat. Now, this is carne asada for us, in case you don't know that. You know, carne asada is flesh roasted with fire. Unleavened bread is a tortilla. And the bitter herbs is like pico de gallo and cilantro and onions and all that shit. Okay? That's literally what it says. Now, watch this, just to make sure that you understand. Because I don't remember, I never heard of it. And I've said it before, and I've always questioned you goddamn fucking Wabos. When the hell did you eat our diet?
Strong's H 4682. Matzah.
What?
Matzah.
What? Let me say that one more time.
Strong's H 4682. Matzah. Matzah.
Unleavened bread. Unleavened bread. Masa is unleavened bread. How do you make masa? With corn. With corn. Now look, I'm gonna share this with y'all. Because all over the book, it mentions our people dealing with this as well. Which is why I'm not too like, this old world concept. I don't have that mindset anymore. But I'm very detailed oriented. So a lot of shit has to really make sense. And it has to connect, because we're putting a puzzle together, family. You can't force a piece into its space. You can't. It's got to be that particular piece. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, Hosea 10 and 10 talks about, it is my desire that I should chastise them, and the people shall be gathered against them when they shall bind themselves in the true furrows. I've broken this down before. That's not the point. I want to bring this out. And Ephraim is a heifer that is taught and love it to thread out the what? The corn. The corn. Hey, what up, Chris? Good to have you, bro. You may like this topic. The corn. The corn. The corn. The corn. The corn. Now, me personally, I don't got a problem with you eating our food. You know, all power to you, bro. Why not? Obviously, it's like, oh, I love how the brother said it, man. Listen to this.
So high that they suggest a diet overwhelming. This different process leaves a heavier fingerprint of carbon-13 in the bones of the people who eat it. The levels found in the Teotihuacan skeletons were so high that they suggest a diet overwhelmingly dominated by corn. Maize was not just food. It was their identity. It was their economy.
You see, family, corn is our identity, and it was our economy. Now, how can these people all of a sudden try to say that, oh my God, we invented corn. Oh my God, we created corn. Oh my God, we were all about corn. Oh my God, for real, fam? For real. For real. I'm not kidding. Let me see if I can, is it this one? Hold on, I think it's this one, all right? Hold on.
Music was the vehicle they chose to get them out of their situation. Each had lyrical talent, but they knew collectively they would be an unstoppable force. The plan to bring hip-hop one of its best groups was tragically changed by the deaths of bloodshed.
Let me turn it down because it's just songs. So you see this right here. Wake up, remember who you really are. Playtime, oh, playtime's over. Good old ancient American Indian. Look at this shit. Now you know what it fucking means, bro. Once again, you know what I mean? I go deep into this, like, this whole fucking chaotic, what do you call it? Ecosphere. Echo chamber. I go deep into it, bro. Okay, sounds good. Right, okay. Well, I know he ain't one of you. But, you know, like, okay, sounds good. Show me your diet. You claim that you own corn. Show me your fucking diet. Matter of fact, show me the DNA in your diet. Woo.
Where are you?
So one question I want to throw out, and I'm not gonna touch on it too much today, but I will be able to bring it out so our brother can answer it. If this was really the old world, then that would mean Japheth, Ham, and would be with us with Shem. And if this is the old world and they were here with us, then they should have a lot of this corn in their DNA as well and in their diet, and that doesn't happen. So that's just one thing that I'm like, wait, that makes no sense. Then they should have this shit in their diet, and they don't. So that's one question. We're getting prepared for it. No hate. This is all love. We just want to understand, because what we don't want to fall is into something that is not real. And that's just the way it is, even for my channel. If I'm fucking saying something wrong, yo, call me out on it. Okay? Remember, children of the corn. Where was the brother? He said, well, we not children of the corn for no reason. Now you see this, what this fucking people are saying, bro? Boom. I'm gonna give him a thumbs out. Hold on, let me see what he said. Damn, seems like this was just yesterday. On this day, a year ago, you posted this. Another day above ground is another good day. Happy Indigenous People Week. Oh, my dear fucking God. See what I'm saying, family? But you know what? This shouldn't offend you. This just shows how envious they are. I mean, I don't know, call it sadness and shit. I don't fucking care. I'm not here to fucking, manage emotions. It's just ridiculous that you don't pay attention to nothing that we say, nor can you debunk it. Let's continue.
Every man has a place. In his heart there's a space. And the world can't erase his fantasy.
Never respond, by the way. So you see what's going on here? So I say, okay, sounds good. If you are them, okay, then how come you don't have this in your diet?
Music was the vehicle they chose.
Right, that was already called for. No, hell no. Was that it? Okay, whatever. Okay, so now let me show you this here real quick. Okay, I showed you that one. Remember, it's all relative to corn, fam. Believe it or not, it's even here. All right, this is gonna be funny, by the way.
Corn is native to America. Pretty sure corn is native to America. And we wear braids in our hair called cornrows.
Oh yeah? Well,
Black
you
people
may wear cornrows in your hair. Well, natives call corn one of our three sisters: corn, beans, and squash. Corn is indigenous to the Americas, and they also call us Indigenous Americans. We are indigenous first, right? And they also call you African Americans because you are African first, but you're American second, right? So, corn is indigenous to the Americas, and that's our sister. Natives can wear cornrows too. Did you know that? And if white people wore cornrows in their hair, would that make them indigenous? No, but this goes to show that you can't out-native a native.
That's right. Like what we're doing today, bro. You can't out-native a native, brother, because I eat tortillas every fucking day. Every day. Every day. There's not like I don't even think I've ever lived without a tortilla all my fucking life, fam. Honestly, man. I don't think I have. Let's continue with some of these things because they matter too. Hosea 7:1. Matter of fact, I'll skip to, let's see, we'll go to, hold on. Oh, okay, my bad. It was verse 14. Hosea 7:14. Watch this. I'll just get to the point. Watch what it says. And they have not cried unto me with their heart. When they hollowed upon their beds, they assembled themselves for corn and wine, and they rebelled against me. Because remember, this was the identity. This is what, we kind of gave you to differentiate you from other people. Have you not thought about that? I don't understand why this is such a hard concept, why you guys do not want to even accept the fact that God may have just fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like guys bien way. You get what I mean? That doesn't mean you have to be like the fucking Khazars, bro, who are just hateful and kill kids. No, we don't do that shit. That's wicked. It's totally different. He's actually having mercy on you. Joel 2:18 says, then will the Lord be jealous for his land and pity his people. Yea, the Lord will answer and say unto his people, behold, I will send you corn, and wine and oil, and ye shall be satisfied therewith, and will no more make you a reproach among the heathen. Corn. Now the heathen wants to eat corn. Now they say they're the ones that eat corn, bro. For real. Now they're saying they're the ones that eat corn. Let's go back a little bit. Joshua 5 and we'll go to verse 10. Real quick. It says, in the first Passover in Canaan, and the children of Israel encamped in Gilgal and kept over the Passover on the 14th day of the month, even at the plains of Jericho. By the way, Passover does require you to actually burn some meat and unleavened bread and all the herbs. Hello, we read that earlier, right? They did eat of the old corn of the land on the morrow after the Passover. Unleavened cakes, which is only made out of corn. Parched corn in the self-same day. Shit. Like I said before, family, they don't want your heritage because of your fucking chanclas and your tacos de carne asada. They don't really care for that shit. They really want to be those poor souls that suffered so much and God's going to save them because they're the Israelites. Fuck no, bro. You're out of your mind. Deuteronomy 33:28. It says, Israel shall dwell in safety alone. The fountains of Jacob shall be upon them, a land of corn. Ezekiel 36. I'm moving fast because we're going to keep moving forward. Ezekiel 36:28. I may actually put another video later on that I haven't showed you guys in a while, and it's fire too. 36:28. It says this, and ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. How does he determine that? I will also save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the corn, and will increase it, and lay no famine upon it. You see what I'm saying? You see why they want? You see what I mean? You understand now? Do you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Not all Indians have straight hair, Cuyo. A lot of us that live by the waters have coarse, curly hair. Yeah, because you probably mix with other people, bro. But we had straight hair. Like curly hair is not necessarily in our nature. Somebody probably in your family mixed with an African. No offense. Especially if you're from the actual the waters and shit. Like all of those coasts, a lot of Africans were, a lot of African descent were pushed to those coasts. You should know a history about Mexico, why the reason that happened. You understand? No offense to you, bro, but just letting you know. Because like smallpox decimated our people, and our people knew exactly who they were. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of us think that it was only the Anglo that came and did their shit. Fuck no, bro. I mean, they're Negros way. And unfortunately, a lot of us mix with them. You know what I mean? That's just a fact. But if your father is not of them, then you're not of them. Ezekiel 36:29. I will also save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the corn, and will increase it and lay no famine upon you. The corn, constantly reminding us of how he made sure to differentiate you from other people. Here's one example of how we grew corn. And not only did we grow corn, our people were so bright that we manipulated the corn. And that should be something that, you shouldn't be, not even have to be embarrassed about. Fuck, man, you should be aware of it. Let's go.
Domesticated from grass, it now accounts for 1/10 of the world's crop production, and we have Mesoamerican farmers to thank. 10,000 years ago, farmers from Mesoamerica domesticated corn, also known as maize, from this grass known as teosinte. Teosinte isn't the most edible plant. Its kernels are really, really hard to chew. People would chew on these stalks, which would secrete a kind of sweet juice, but for the most part, teosinte was used for its husk, which was extremely strong.
As you can see, the old corn look like wheat, bro. You get what I'm saying, right? Let's be mindful of that too, fam. Let's be mindful of that. But again, he differentiated his children by what? By corn. A lot of us, you don't have to go to Deuteronomy 28 to prove who you are, fam. In this channel, you have a lot of documentation. You don't have to go to Deuteronomy 28 at all. You can go everywhere else. Hosea 2:8, for she did not know that I gave her corn. Meaning who? Jerusalem. Meaning who? The weeping woman. How come you WABOS have no fucking understanding of La Llorona, pendejos? No understanding of La Llorona, no understanding of the weeping woman. There's no history about that shit. Not about you knowing it or in Africa hearing it. None of that. All of a sudden now you want to forget about that shit? Nah, you can't do that. Can't do that. For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil and multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal. This is why we're in that predicament. A lot of you fucking dumbasses are over there worshiping the Virgin Mary. But remember, corn.
Strong and durable, making it a great resource for weaving clothing and baskets. Over the course of 4,700 years, Mesoamerican farmers bred teosinte into the cobs of corn/maize that we are more familiar with today. They achieved this through a process of selective breeding where every harvest they would take the seeds from the best plants that year and plant them the next season. Maize spread across the Americas, and by the time European colonists made it to the east coast of North America, the crop was really well established. Today, humans grow more corn corn than any other plant on the planet. However, 99% of the corn that is produced is the same kind. It's called yellow dent number 2. There's a whole conversation to be had about the importance of biodiversity, which maybe that's for another day. Corn was domesticated from grass. It now accounts for 1/10 of the world's crop production, and we have Mesoamerican.
Keep in mind that, you know, just because you eat corn maybe once in a while, you know what I mean? Like, okay, sounds good. That doesn't mean that it's going to show up in your, like, when they do an actual test. Like, it's like the way they say it, man. You are what you eat. If you're consistently eating corn, it's going to be in your bones. This is what we know about because we mastered this particular plant.
This grey, bulbous fungus has infected this ear of corn, and it's deliberate. Infected corn can sell for 40 times more than non-moldy ones. Its official name is Huitlacoche. But for years, American farmers called this infection the devil's corn and corn smut, as it relentlessly destroyed crops and farming equipment. Meanwhile, the fungus has been a local delicacy in Mexico since the time of the Aztecs. Now that even Michelin-starred restaurants in the US are serving it, the fungus has been elevated with names like black gold and Mexican truffle. Its export price has doubled in the last 3 years, going from 15.
You want to know why you'll never see? Well, first of all, this is the first thing you're going to hear black people say that are especially WABOs. Well, I'm not going to go back to slavery. I'm not going to go back to the cotton. This is how we know you ain't their people. This is how we know you guys are fake.
Who are you?
Do you think farming was all based on slavery? That means you were never farmers.
To selling for just over $40 a pound today.
Although we are fighting for land, we are fighting for the survival and protection of our culture.
The U.S. government had violated the Treaty of Guadalupe.
Let's continue. Now I got this to show y'all. This is from the Muskegee.
In the South.
I thought this was interesting. Let's go. Let's continue. Because again, the question is, listen, man, if you guys are these people, how come you don't eat this stuff? Why is it even like, why are we even asking? It should be natural for y'all.
Southeast, Muskogee and Cherokee peoples followed seasonal calendars too, marked not by clock, but by ceremony. Each spring began with renewal, the green corn ceremony. Fields were burned, ashes scattered, forgiveness given, debts cleared. It was a cleansing of body and spirit and a reset of time.
Green corn wasn't just about corn. It was about community. You couldn't eat the new harvest until the fire was lit again, until the old wrongs were forgiven.
That was interesting, man. So now let's get into some reading real quick. Let me go here. That's right. I got it separated. Let me close this window here. Close this one too. All right. Hold on. Hold your oasis. Let's see. Oh, what? I don't have it. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Oh, that's fucked up. Hold on. Let me just use it here. Let me use this one here. So we're going to go into some little quick Google stuff. Where you grow up, what you eat, your bones record your life. Fuck. Give me a second. All right, so now let me go ahead and do this. It says where you grow up, what you eat, what you ate. Your bones record your life. You understand that? It says here, what's on your plate? The answer doesn't just matter for your Nick. Shut up. It says it's an issue of critical importance to archaeologists who can infer everything from individuals' diets to large-scale population movements based on chemistry of the ancient bone sample. Stable isotopes analysis, which is what you saw the video talk about, the study of the nuances of elements in the archaeological material, can unlock all sorts of secrets about the climate, diet, and the geographical origins of bones and other materials. Stable isotope analysis looks at the isotopes, atoms with extra and missing neutrons of different elements. Unlike unstable isotopes such as carbon-14, which degrades over time, stable isotopes never decay. There are over 250 known stable isotopes and 80 of the periodic table. First 82 elements. This is part of science. Remember the what do you call it? What do you call that shit again? Where did I read it? The scientific table. You know what I mean? Okay. Anyways, solving ancient mysteries. In the 1970s, archaeologist Nicola van der Merwe uncovered a skeleton that did not look like the others in the South African site he was excavating. Together, this isotope physics Josh Vagel and paleoanthropologist Philip Reitmeyer, he decided to apply new scientific techniques to isotopes to the skeleton. All right? Analysis revealed ancient humans had different diets from others discovered during the excavation. You see what I'm saying? Now it says, Van der Merwe and Vogel went on to use stable isotope analysis on archaeological materials from the United States to show that maize had been introduced in the eastern woodland region of North America around 1000 AD, right? Isotope signatures are extremely useful for research. For example, plants absorb, yada, yada, yada. So this is what we're talking about here. They've actually done studies and exams on what you eat, how deep it goes, okay? So, you know, this is not just some BS story that I'm bringing out. Now, here is where I do want to bring this out. Carbon and oxygen isotopes analysis to document childhood diet and local versus non-local status among African slaves, burials from the Grassmere Plantation in Nashville, Tennessee. So if you read this article, here, I'll even give it to y'all so you can see exactly, I don't bullshit. If you read this article, you'll find out that there were some people here of African descent who had some higher isotopes in their actual bones. But check this out. It also meant coastal Ghana, inland West Africa, highland Guinea, and Cameroon, and middle Tennessee. So in Tennessee, where the Grassmere Plantation, the middle Tennessee land that came to be known as the Grassmere Plantation, and now the Nashville Zoo, was originally awarded to William Simpson in 1786 as compensation for his services in the Revolutionary War against Britain, Regal in 1989. After being passed to his male heirs, one of Sampson's sons sold 272.5 acres to Michael Dunn in 1810. Population census data for the Grassmere Plantation is available from 1820 to 1900. For the first 40 years, no names of inhabitants are provided. Basically, you know, if you continue to read this, he says that these people, the ones that are isolated cases, not all across Americas, not all across Africa, no, an isolated case where they knew that these people were being fed a high dosage of corn.
Who are you?
I should have stopped a long time ago. I gave you the link. WABOS, if you're watching, because I know you do it. I know you do. Read it. What are you talking about? That's the only time that actually shows here in the Americas for people like you. Does our bones reflect our generational diet? Yes. Human bones act as a historical record for generational diet, reflecting not only an individual's lifetime nutrition, but also long-term ancestral dietary shifts through stable isotope analysis. Stable, meaning what is the consistent diet that you've been showing? What is the consistent diet? So since we are consistently consuming corn, there's no other nation in the Americas that consumes corn like we do. You understand that? Which goes back to the ideology. If this was the old world and Ham and Japheth were here, they would be eating corn too. Correct? that's kind of where I'm also wondering what that really means. We're trying to make sure that we mark all the boxes. We don't leave nothing out here. We should not. It says also that our bones and teeth, scientific can trace changes in dietary habits, such as introductions of agriculture, which resulted in significant reductions in bone strength over thousands of years. You see this? Let me go back to the next link. We're just moving along real quick. How isotopes showed natives eating corn for centuries more than any other race. Isotope analysis shows Native Americans consumed significantly more corn for centuries by tracking carbon-13 levels in ancient bone collagen. Because corn is a C4 plant with higher C13 ratios than C3 plants like wheat. A high ratio in human remains reveal a diet heavily reliant on corn, often up to 90% in some regions. Hold on, hey, Chihuahuis. This is for you.
Fuck that puto. Fuck that puto.
Oh, we just read that one, right? We just read that one. That's right. We just read that one. My bad. Let's do this one real quick. We're moving on. We're moving right along. Moving right along. Do indigenous people of America have the highest isotope regarding consumption? Based on archaeological studies, many indigenous populations in the Americas, particularly in Mesoamerica and the Mississippi Valley, have historically shown some of the highest carbon-13 isotope ratios in their skeletal remains, which indicate a massive reliance on corn. This is because maize is a C4 plant with high carbon-13 signature. You can go and dig into it more. I'm just giving you the facts. Just giving you the facts. Let me close some of these windows. If you have been here since the beginning of time, then you should be having this diet in your system nonstop to this very day. We can't steal something that you depend on. Shit, even Dr. Dr. Siva, whatever his name is, our people cured his ass. And our people told him, hey man, you know how you get rid of your cancer? You got to eat your food. What do you mean, like from Panama? No, fucker, from Africa, because that's where you're from. So he went back and did 3 months of that shit. And guess what? He got cured.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
But you know what? You guys don't accept that. That's right. You don't accept that because it ain't black. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird. Maize is a staple grain of global dietary importance, shaping ecosystems, landscapes, cultures, fire regimes, I guess, and biodiversities. You see how important maize is? To understand what this is talking about? Just like the video that it was referencing certain, tribes in Teotihuacan. As a matter of fact, let me give you guys this article. This is a pretty good one. You guys may want to read it. I was looking for something here. I forgot, to be honest. Let me see. Staple maize diet. Late Paleo Indian. Pre-maize diet. Model boundaries. Pre-maize, all that. Whatever. I don't know. But you guys can deal with it. It's a good link to use. Here, let me just move forward again. Keep moving forward. Moving right along. I may have time to show you guys that other video. It said, we use carbon isotopes in human bones as the earliest direct evidence for maize as a staple grain in the Americas. Again, where's your diet, Negroes? If you guys were here first. Where the fuck is where is that in you? And not cornbread doesn't count. I mean, seriously. Don't you guys think this is important? Does this not matter? Oh, that's right. This is where I got it from. This is the link I got that PDF from. Let me continue. I got some other stuff to show you. Let's see. Is this it? Okay, here we go. Now I want to express this to y'all, And you'll see Native American foods, history, culture, and influence in modern diets. What are some of them? Cassava, chili bell peppers, Jerusalem artichoke, lima beans, pole beans, black turtle, pinto, navy, kidney, cranberry beans. I mean, don't they call us beaners? Sometimes you funky bastards come over here and fucking be like, oh, you spicks and beaners. Yeah, you say that. So if you guys were from here, you should be beaners too, correct? Potatoes, pumpkin, squash varieties, sweet potatoes, tomatoes. I don't know how you Italians ended up getting pizza. I don't know how the fuck you would have had fucking burgers. Do you know what I'm saying? How in the world do you guys have pizza, Italians, if tomatoes ain't from Italy? Fuck faces. Yeah. What's the matter? That's why when you see a Mexican making a pizza, technically that belongs to us because the flavor of the pizza is the tomatoes. Anyways, black raspberries, blueberry, cacao, chocolates, cranberries, guayaba, papaya, pineapple, strawberries, grains, amaranth, corn, Mexico, Central America. Cooked as vegetables, grain, baked, high, fried, and fried grain breads. Protein, vitamin B. Vitamin B vitamins, fiber, magnesium, potassium. Quinoa. No, it's not Hawaiian. Wild rice. No, it's not Asian. Nuts and seeds. Black walnuts, cashews, peanuts, pecans, sunflower. It ain't a white thing. Meats, bison. Remember the buffalo soldiers that killed our people by decimating the buffaloes? Yeah, they were black. Turkey. Oh, dear Jesus. Turkey. Anyhow, sugar, spice, allspice, maple syrup, and vanilla. I mean, seriously, this is in our diet. And for a lot of us, it's almost on not a daily basis, but it's weekly, monthly. I don't understand why. How come? I don't understand why this is such a complicated, situation for you guys to really, really like wrap your minds around. If you guys were here originally before us, you should know about all these colorful fucking things. You should be eating habanero peppers, chile serrano, chiles de árbol. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be weird, especially with tortillas or maíz or corn or masa, unleavened bread. What are you going to say now? Are you going to make up some fucking AI video supposedly eating tacos and shit? You're going to put black people eating tacos now? For real? For thousands of years, indigenous tribes have been planting for the future. The smell of campfire was wafted through the air at the Meskwaki settlement in central Iowa as a giant pot of corn soup simmers above open flames and smoldering gray ashes. It's a Tuesday after Indigenous Peoples Day, and the Meskwaki Food Sovereignty Initiative is hosting a grab-and-go lunch to celebrate the occasion. Tribal members mingle as they check out containers filled with fried bread, wabikoni squash, and tamaflint atami corn. See? I've always been told that corn and the beans and the squash, they're like our ancestors. They call them the three sisters. How come you guys don't know about this? Why isn't this in your bones? Now, when it comes to farming, you guys say, well, fuck that. I'm not going back to slavery. For real, yo. We call this, by the way, el Día del Maíz. El Día Nacional de Maíz se celebra en México el 29 de septiembre para honrar este grano fundamental como pilar de la cultura, identidad y alimentación nacional. They start in September because that's when they plant. You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to show this to you guys. I'm going to try to get through this quickly. Hold on. case you guys are not familiar with this, this is a book called, well, I don't even know the name. Well, yeah, I guess this is the name. Plants Used in Mexican Traditional Medicine. Their Applications and Effects in Traditional Healing Practices. Text by Armando Gonzalez Stewart, PhD, Herbal Research Coordinator. Okay? So this is actually a pretty good, I don't think I can share this link with you guys. I think you need a PDF file. But it's basically showing approximately 3,000 to 5,000 plants, both native and introduced, are currently used as medicinal by 52 different ethnicities throughout the country. So we've been always very familiar with farming. And this is actually in the codices as well. So I don't know why you WABOs aren't in these codices. I don't know why they don't write nothing about you guys having this kind of knowledge. At all. At all. These codices were taken to Italy and forgotten for more than 300 years. They were rediscovered until the 20th century. See, do you see where that whole Renaissance shit came about? Well, they're all of a sudden becoming doctors and they have medicine and then, what do you call it? Penicillin and all these cures. Because they took it from our people, bro. What the fuck? What do you think? You know damn well that's what they did. Some of the plants pictured in the codices are still used in the same way today. So when they took it back then, they come back and our people are still using it today. And they're not talking about you WABOs either. You know, like West Africans that claim to be of this land. This does not apply to you. This was never you. You can do all the AIs in the world. At the end of the day, you're going to find out. You're going to find out. And you're damaging your own people, bro, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You got to come take this shit. You got to come take it. And I fucking know for a fact you don't got it in your spirit to do that because this isn't your heritage. Some medicinal plants may have a mystical significance in Mexican traditional healing practices. The peyote cactus has been used for centuries in various religious ceremonies. Medicinal plants are used in various types of healing practice throughout Mexico today and even then. Right? Here, let me give you some more examples. In Mexico, marketplaces are important areas of sale and distribution for medical herbs. And since Columbus, when he showed up, since before Columbus, markets have provided medicinal plants for the people, as well as advice from vendors and healers on how to use them. This is why mercados for us is not like uncommon. When the hell have you seen a tianguis full of morenos and shit? Never.
Where are you?
Show me where. I'm just going to scan through these names. Take pictures of them, okay? Achiote. Ajuete. Ajuete tree. Aile. Alamo. Anís. Añil índigo. Anona. Árnica del país. Falsa árnica. Azafrán. Baja tripa. Paiborín. Barbasco. Barquilla. Batamote. Payetilla. Berro. Retónica. Cabezona. Cacalochitli. No, cacalochitl, I believe. Cahuayote. Calaguala. Calagula, I guess. Calderona. Candelilla. Capulín. Cedro. Ceiba. Chabacal. Chaca. Chalajuite. Chaparro amargoso. Chapulitli. Chaya. Chacalote. Chico zapote. Chicura. Chiguisa. Chipilín. Choya. Chote. Codo de fraile. Cojón de toro. Cola de caballo. Cola de venado. Contrahierba. Cordón de San Antonio. Cordón de San Francisco. Cosahui. Cuachalalate, Cuatecomate, Cucharitas, Cuitlacoche, Culaltrillo de Pozo, Cuandeomor, Damiana, Diente de León, Dorilla Resurrection Plant, Encino, Espazote, Epazote de Zorrillo, Espinosilla, Estafiate, Estropajo, Flor de Manita, Flor de Tila, Garanoya, Girasol, Gobernadora, Creosoto Bush, Gordolobo, Guaco, Guamuchil, Guanacastli, Guayaba, Guayacán, Guasuma, helecho macho, hierba de víbora, hierba de cáncer, hierba de carbonero, hierba de golpe, hierba de pollo, hierba de zorrillo, hierba de San Francisco, hierba Luisa, higuerilla ricina castor oil, I guess, hoja santa, huinolo, huizache, hule, flor de Jamaica, which I love, by the way. In case you don't know, this is hibiscus, and we use this shit all the fucking time. Lígramas de San Pedro. Everyone say, wait, what? What'd you say? Stopped in, was happy to see a real speaker, not an AI, but now sad as some of what I'm hearing. This is prophecy. It's the two sticks parable. We don't believe in the tripartite chart. That shit is fake. It's fake, man. They've been lying to you guys for a long time. Honor the Father, but that's fake. We're not the same people, man. They lie to you. Madroño, Mongolia, Maguey, Century Plant, Mangle Rojo, Mango, Matarraton, Mezquite, Muicle, Nache, Nopal, Duraciño, so on and on. There's several, okay? But here is the name of this, maybe you guys can find it too. Here it goes right here. That's the name. Let me see this real quick. So now here's where I think I shared it. And this is, it's kind of funny, man, that you showed up just now. You know what I mean? Because it's not intended. But we get a couple of you showing up every now and then. And a lot of times you have this assumption that, you know, we're playing on the same field. We're not. We're not playing the same field. The fact is that what I bring out in my channel is who came in 1492 and what they did. And I've been sharing this for a long time. It wasn't only gringos that showed up. It wasn't just white people that showed up. It was Anglo-Saxons. It was so-called self-proclaimed Jews. It was Arabs. It was black people. They all worked together and enslaved, took these lands, and they had slaves from 1492 all through 1865. There's documentation that several black folks, as well as white folks, as well as so-called Jews, as well as Arabs, you all had slaves. The natives did not. Those are facts. But we hear stuff like this, and it's like, for real, man?
Mexican people, y'all can bring y'all ass here. You ain't slick. It's your turn. Did y'all know that Mexicans owned enslaved Africans for some 300 years? And in fact, it helped build up over 65% of what we know Mexico to be today.
Good morning. I'm gonna keep my team brief because y'all already know when Bonnie Boss check in, somebody's getting checked. So just watch that video after being tagged, and we're gonna keep this real brief because this is common sense. I mean, if you know, you know, okay? Mexico is one of the few places who gave enslaved black Africans a place to retreat to and to build a better life. Mexicans did not own slaves. What you mean to say is the Spaniards did, because the Spaniards also went to colonize Mexico. You cannot say all Mexicans, they're talking about they need to bring their ass here. Let me tell you something, sweetie. You got a long way to go. This seems to me like maybe you had one negative interaction with one Mexican and now you want to use history to support your claims and back it up as to why you don't like Mexicans. And
It's that WABO shit. So, I always bring this back up. And, for me, it's surprising that I don't know why they never told you guys this. This is a famous writer, by the way. It says, if not all, and I've shared this a lot, if not all of the first explorers and conquerors of New Spain were European, it is equally important and surprising to many of us to note that not all of the first Africans who assisted the Spanish and Portuguese came as slaves. Remember, listen to what he's saying. Not all came as slaves. An untold number of free people of African descent, black conquistadors, born in Africa or on the Iberian Peninsula, also accompanying Spanish conquistadors such as Hernán Cortés and Ponce de León, two of the famed explorers of the vast region that would become modern Mexico and the western and southern regions of the United States. And as we might expect, their exploits were just as heroic and just as problematic as those of their fellow conquistadors. But far more Africans came with the Spanish and the Portuguese as slaves, servants with varying degrees of freedom and attendants or armed adventurers. You see that, armed adventurers? No, I don't know if you don't know this, but your story didn't start in 1619. While the number of African explorers is impossible to determine, African people participated in some way in virtually all of the Spanish expeditions in the New World in the 16th century. These black conquistadors set an example for subsequent racial relations throughout the entire Spanish colonial experience, living their daily lives with degrees of complexity that rarely would be achieved by black men and women in the early English settlements in the Caribbean and in North America. Indeed, wherever Spain set its flag of conquest in the Americas, Africans helped hold a pennant. So you guys were here the whole time. I don't know how you would assume that you're Hebrews. You helped the fucking white man. You had dogs of conquest. People like you took our women and raped them. It wasn't just white folks, what you typically assume, Donald Trump's. No, it was so-called Sephardics, so proclaimed, Africans, Arabs, Anglos. It was all of you guys. That's why Psalms 83 really does matter. But, the 12-tribe chart leaves that shit out. They don't share that with y'all. Like, they're never going to, by the way. Ever. They're never going to. Let me see how much time. An hour and a half? Okay, I think we got a little bit. So, maybe, bro. I don't know. I mean, look, I could say the same thing, but nobody's 100% correct. All I can tell you is, in this channel, we don't teach none of that 12-tribe chart. I've been sharing this information since 2022, and I believe in late 2023, I did my DNA, and I actually showed it that, somehow, some way, I'm related to those people over there. And my DNA shows it. And locality and everything. From that location, migration of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So, but let's continue with this because, and again, this is a video that I did about a year and a half ago, and a lot of you guys did not see it. That's the thing. See, no one was thinking about you. I don't know who the fuck you are. You just some random person that came and posted some stuff on the channel yesterday. And this channel's been going on for like what, since 2022? You watch your own videos? Sad. Wait, hold on. Stop being a little bitch, homie. Stop being a little bitch. Stop being a little fucking hoe. You said, put up the fucking link. Didn't you say that? Put the link. Put the live link. That's the first thing you fucking said. Don't be scared. You a TikTok vulture. I'm not even on TikTok. What the fuck are you talking about? You really look like, man. Okay, so now it's there. Now it's there. But what does that matter? What does that even matter? See, if you even knew who I was, you would understand why that even would be in your fucking mouth. But you know what's funny, man? When you started posting yesterday, you were posting some fucking funny ass ways, acting like you were some fucking paisa and shit. But nah, you're not. You're very clear as to who you are. Like you were acting like you didn't know English and shit. Now you're like, oh, now you sound very fucking well spoken. The link is fucking up, bro. The link is up. The link is up, man. The link is up. Stop being a little fucking bitch. If you're that fucking scared, guess what? Fine. Don't put up your fucking video, bro. If you're that scared, if you are that fucking scared, don't show your face then. But you see, ballsy ass people that have something to say, they're not scared of that shit. You see what I mean? They're not scared of that shit. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't get it, bro. It's you're supposedly you're trying to defend your faith. What fucking faith? Because I embarrass your fucking Jesus? Whether he's black or white, I don't give a fuck what he is. That shit is a pagan god, and that's what you worship. You asked for a link, I gave it to you, and guess what happened? Look, I've been talking like what, 10 minutes now? Like I said, fam, and like I told him on the post, he tried to invite me to like, oh, I know some other channels that will you can debate with, and I said to him, yeah, but they never want to. It's just the fact. They've never wanted to. Even your fucking, what's his name? Vocab Malone. He didn't even want none of this shit. And I was talking to him on Instagram. It's funny, bro. It's funny, man. Anyways, family. All right, so you guys have a good night, man. I appreciate y'all for being here. I'm glad this guy was a fucking example of what it is to be a little bitch. Hold on a second. I'm gonna say what's up to this brother right here. Let's see. You don't want us to, let me see. You don't want us to see his coiled afro woolly tail. I don't know. Don't even worry about him, brother. Don't even trip on that shit. Don't even trip on it, bro. Don't even worry about this guy. I don't really understand what he worships. I really don't really see his perspective, because I think when we were asking him, I think Guaracuya, he's in the East Coast, so it's like, he's way asleep. But I think Guaracuya was asking him some questions like, what the fuck are you believing in shit? What is your questions, bro? Blah, blah, blah. And he's over here like, oh, no. Like, wait, the wicked run? What do you mean? I put the fucking link up, you little bitch. I put the fucking link up. The link that you wanted me to put up. Hold on, brothers. In case you guys just showed up, this little motherfucker right here out of nowhere, I'm going to start calling you a little bitch. Because you know what, dude? I don't normally do that to people. But you came into this channel out of nowhere. No one's thinking about you. And you said this first. Put up the link. Don't be scared. You a TikTok vulture, which I'm not on TikTok. You really look all day to reuse content. I don't do that. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know who you think I am, man. You know what I mean? And then now you're over here like, like I'm running. Bro, we're still waiting for you. The link is up. The link is up, bro. Come on. If you're so fucking ballsy, that's the first thing you said. It's not me, bro. See, I'm not afraid of me. You're afraid of you. See, that's the reality about debating. Debating has nothing to do with you being afraid of the other person. Debating has everything to do with you being afraid of yourself. Do you want to know why I say that? Because you can't go in front of anybody or debate a fucking topic, and if you know for a fact that there's doubts in what the hell you're saying. I'm telling you right now, no one can fucking debate my shit, bro. No one has for 4 years already, man. You know what I mean? Just people like you guys show up, you guys talk shit, and I say to you, okay, sounds good. Here is the fucking link. It's still up. It's still up. You said, put the link up. That's what you said. 1, 2, 3, And then I said, make sure you put up your camera, because I started, before that was a rule. And then I got a little sloppy and I didn't really care. But nah, I changed that shit back to what it was. So then I posted the link. And then what do? You do what little bitches do. You laugh. Then you say, sucker. And then at the end, you say something to the effect of like, you're not answering my questions. You're running. But yet, you are still here. It's a sad case, bro. It's a sad case. It's a sad case. And you want to know something? I don't even know what question you're talking about. I see a bunch of post stuff, and I don't even want to bother by supposedly your question. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do, bro. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you something real quick. I don't even know why you guys even waste your time. What the fuck is it with you guys, dude? Seriously. A lot of you guys missed it. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me show you this. Is this a case right here? Oh yeah, this is right here. Okay, let me do this real quick. I'm gonna show this real quick. It won't take long. Let me hold on a second. Give me a moment. See, unlike this guy, who is just a typewriter, I actually take my time and put the work in and show videos and express to our people and find documentation as to who we are. I don't waste my time like you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That really, that's what we got going on right now, family. We got people wasting their times, giving you little snippets of their emotions and shit, but they're not even spending their time to put together a decent video or like a class where they can actually show you. A lot of you people are, you know what I'm saying, who you are. New to this channel, you probably don't know that I have about 700 and change videos, and I'm sure you probably have not even watched 3%, maybe 10% of them. And I don't blame you. I mean, you spend all that time watching them and shit, you know what I mean? But this is something that I want to share with y'all so you can at least see, like, this stuff goes deep, fam. There's no hate here. It's just facts. Let's continue with this real quick. What up, family? What a rough start, man. What a rough start. What a way to start this already, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys are well. See what we got here. What's up, dog? Sorry about the bad start. Jeremías, buenos días. I know why that sounds low. Sounds low on my end. Turn it down over here. What up? Let's see. Saludos a todos. What up, brother? Estudiante for wisdom with a 4. Don't forget that. All right. It's not F-O-U-R. It's 4. Juan Moa. What up, bro? What's going on with my sound? I think maybe it's my end over here. I think this is probably it right here. Hold on. No, that's not it. Whatever. Hopefully. If there's any sound, man, I'd like you guys would let me know, okay? All right. Topic. Okay, so the concept was to create a series. I had ideas of it, but because it didn't pan out the way I wanted it, I just figured let me pause on it, work on it more, because I want to do it more like a video approach. All right. So anyways, for the meantime, we're going to pause on that. But it is technically truth recaptured, or memories recaptured, or memorandums recaptured, meaning information that we lost in the past, we're actually getting it back. What up? What up? RWBRR Overview Reveal. What's up, bro? Yeah, bro. Okay, cool, man. Cool. Sounds good. No se escucha, güey. Yeah, you can't hear it. Hey, don't be tricking me, dog. You know what I mean? Don't do that shit. You know, I get all paranoid. I think this sounds good, as far as I can tell. All right. Anyways, so we're gonna tackle some stuff today. I have a list of things to touch on. So I'm gonna go down the road this way. Hopefully there's no issues with any of these, right? So let's first of all start off with this here. Hey, by the way, shalom, buenos dias, noches, and tardes. You guys that are close and afar. I know some of y'all keep Friday, 7th day rest through Saturday. Well, you know, happy 7th. For all you other ones that follow the moon, well, you know what we just went through not too long ago. So hope it went well for everybody. Anyways, I'm not going to superimpose certain things on y'all. I think you get it at this point. So today's seminar is going to be about debunking some things here. We're going to touch on these particular books, and then at the same time, I'm going to slap some WABO shit around, and then I'm going to, you know, like, look how they try to label us and shit. I'm going to identify you clearly again. But today is about the book thing, though. The other stuff at the end is more of the videos. All right. So y'all take notes, write down the information, check out the pages that I show you, because you're going to want to go back to them. Archive.org is back online. So, you know, thank the Most High for that. And let's begin. Got a first video. I don't know if it's you or not. Somebody showed me this. I thought this was very, very, very cool. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was real, real cool. So let's begin with this. All right, let's go. You know, for some of you brothers that I've talked to, you probably know this now. Maybe I never shared this, but on my mother's side, they're from a pueblo in Guanatos called Chiquilislan. And the streets are, I don't know about now, but I remember when I was younger, I used to go to that town, and the streets were paved that way. More like this, my bad. So I thought it was something nice to start off with, man, since I haven't really done much this week. I thought that whole concept of tranquility, that peace of mind, you know, it's all it is, and as you can see, the actual backdraw of every scene has to do with unity, family. Like don't ever forget that that's the whole concept. Let me put the sound down, and you can see this here. You have a majestic view of our people. You see this very common tradition, undeniable that this applies to us. We are a very type of gente that we have mercados, and everywhere you can possibly see us, we're going to do this. Okay, but the whole concept at the same time, it's, you know, family, feeding, looking over, protection, right? The scenery, the gathering, the enjoyment, then like the beauty of peace, This is all created for what? For our use, right? This is not a joke. This is real, real stuff. Now here, we see people going to war. Every scene that you see in this video has to do with us in a communal, organized city environment. That's my point. Let's go. More than anything, I want to re-emphasize, emphasize, and triple emphasize the meaning of why I changed this channel, emphasize it with red, white, and green. I mean, I grew up, I was born there, you know what I'm saying? I grew up with these colors and I didn't really know until maybe not too long ago, a year ago, that these colors really pertain to our people. Like it was actually in these monuments, you know what I'm saying? That some of the ones that were kept alive, that Zumarraga, Bishop Zumarraga, that demon from Spain, didn't destroy or authorized to destroy, right? But anyways, another point here is the fringes, the concept of fringes. Now, look, why is it now a question of, oh, you guys are not, bro, nobody ever questioned this style ever before. And all of a sudden now it's, we stole it from people. How did we steal diet or clothing or lifestyle or customs? Did we take away the market customs too away from certain people? We stole their dresses, their styles, their what do you call it? Culinary, you know what I'm saying? Menu too, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we said, oh no, you know what, Mr. Spaniards, we want you to teach us the Ave Maria, Padre Nuestro, Credo, all that. No, take it away from the real natives. You know what I mean? Because we want to really steal their identity. So please implement this concept of Christianity, but don't teach us the Bible though. So see what I mean? This is why I'm showing this with y'all, because it relates to the class, the importance of why you should be valuing and living in a high standard type of, I could say, morale or morals, man. Because once you start finding out where you are from or possibly from, there's no more excuse to say, oh, well, you know, it doesn't value much to me. No, all of us who are indigenous have this yearning of finding out where we came from. I think more than most people, to be quite frank with you, not to the point where we want to steal someone's culture, but we go out of our way and even very hesitantly, even though it's ours, like, no, I don't know, bro. You know, I don't want to insult people. That's the spirit I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me see that. Oh, by the way, let me see that real quick. Beautiful. Does that ever make you want to return? Hell yeah, bro. Man, you know what?
¡Viva México, cabrones!
And the reason why I actually shared that I had a chance to see the Pueblo was because we would go every summer back to Guadalajara, and the Pueblo is like about 2 hours outside of Guadalajara. And, we stayed there for the weekend. It was my mom's fam, right? My abuelita. By the time I was like 5, 6, she was already in her 90s. 93, I think 96, she was when she passed. I'm pretty sure. Can't really remember that well. But it was the tranquility, the waking up early at 4 a.m, you hearing the rooster, you smell the farm, and you feel the energy of the people. Now, if you guys don't believe in that concept of the spirit of the people, you can see the giving. Like, this is sincere. That's why I was talking to a brother before. Appreciate that conversation. I was like, yo, some of you guys, not him specifically, some of the people up in this northern part of the Americas, they want to talk big game about, oh, I know my panhandle, my culture, my Chicanoism. Bro, listen, not to say it rudely, but you didn't live among the people. You lived in the skirts outside in little spots. That's not the actual full spirit of the gente. When you're right in smack in the middle, you experience this right here. This beauty, this essence of familia, man, that you go. Matter of fact, I remember, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I remember one time, not one time, several times. I'd go see some like my neighbors across the street when I would be there in the summer, and this familia, their dad worked for the train, el ferrocarril, right? They called it that. and he was a cook there. So, you know, he was hardly ever there, but there was a big family, like 12 of them. You know what I mean? I was friends with all like the kids my age. I remember sometimes in the mornings I would go in there and knock on their door, like, hey, let's go play soccer. And they're eating breakfast, but it's just beans, a bowl of beans for everybody. Unos, like we call them birotes, right? Or like what they call them, like, you know, like a sourdough. And then maybe a little café con leche. And knowing that they didn't have enough, they would still be willing to offer me some food. Like, you can't express the feeling unless you've been there. And it's not the same. It's not the same that a lot of you guys think it is. If you have family still, if you're in the outskirts of the border towns and you've got back and forth people coming and visiting, you can get the essence of it. But until you've actually been in the middle of it and seen it memory-wise, this is why I'm sharing this with you guys, because I think a lot of us sometimes lost touch of it. I even did by staying here this long. Let's continue, man, because, you know, I can talk the whole time. Anyways, so let's move on to that, all right? Now, matter of fact, let me finish it real quick. Sorry about that. Let me just play it one more time to give you guys, I just want to give you the essence of concept and then move on to the next video. Let's go. All right, you get the point. This right here is an interesting video. Again, it's all relative, okay? Don't think that I'm just showing you shit out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? It's all relative. You need to make that into an intro shot. Yeah, bro. I'm already thinking of it. I just wanted to use it today. Anyways, so listen, it all relates to what I'm sharing with y'all. The reason why I'm emphasizing and I'm really, really trying to implement this essence of our gente is because a lot of you guys are so disconnected from it that you don't realize how much connected you really are. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's kind of like a between a rock and a hard place, they call it. All right, so let's continue. Let's go.
Braveheart, you used the term Indian. I was, you know, I felt awkward to use that term in front of you. Is that a diminutive term?
The way it was explained to me, and I hear that term, is the word Indian. And history tells us that, you know, Indians they named us that because they were looking for India. But I mean, I think if anybody picked up a book or got on Google, you know, India didn't become India until British colonization. And they found the Americas way before they found the British colonized India or Hindustan. That group of people going back to Europe and saying, well, what'd you find? They said, you know, we found the children of God. And I've heard the term gente indios. I've heard that term, and that indios is what stuck. And I've heard the term gente indios. And I've heard the term gente indios. I've heard that term, and that indios is what stuck. I'm okay with that because I know they weren't looking for the Indian that we see today. They were looking for some that, but they got this.
And that's a very good point. It's a good point. It's a good point. All right, fam. So let me call it a night, man, because it is like 1 o'clock over here on my time and shit. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, but listen, I appreciate you being here, brother. Be active 8075. Don't even worry about that food, man. Waste of breath and shit. Soy tu padre. Good to have you here, bro. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate y'all for being here and shit. I'm not the dude. It was like I said, bro. Like I don't mind talking to people. You know what I mean? I put the link up, but then It's like they always say, man, they think they have something to say, something to prove, and then when you want to give them give them a chance to do it, then they get scared. It's not my fault. Anyway. All right, you guys have a good night. Take care of yourselves, man. I'm going to play a song or two, and then that's it. We out, all right? Hope you guys can appreciate the material. Hopefully we can get some more in the next couple of days. Shit, what time? We at 1 o'clock. Damn, I'm tired, man. All right, good night, fam. Let me get a song or two and shit, and we out of here. Hold on, let me pause on it. It always does that, man. All right, hold on. What have I not played in? Yeah, let's go. Good night.
Antes del nombre América, antes del hierro y la cruz, había pueblos que hablaban con la tierra y con la luz. No era un mundo vacío, era ciencia y corazón. La historia empezó aquí mismo, aunque el invasor no pida perdón. Sembramos tiempo en el cielo cuando el mundo no sabía contar. El cero nació en la selva, el maíz nos enseñó a pensar. Calendarios y medicina, ciudades frente al sol. No era mito ni leyenda, era pueblo, era voz. No fue descubrimiento, fue invasión. No fue silencio, fue opresión. Antes del mapa, antes de ti, había pueblos completos que no vas a entender. No éramos pasado, somos raíz, aunque nos llamen historia, seguimos aquí. Desde el barro del origen hasta el jaguar ancestral, desde la selva profunda hasta el águila solar, ciudades que eran mundos cuando Europa se partió, capitales que flotaban mientras el viejo mundo ardió. En la montaña aprendimos a vivir sin dominar, sin rueda y sin bestias, pero sabiendo gobernar. Caminos y comunidad, trabajo como misión. El poder no era conquista, era responsabilidad. No fue progreso, fue despojo. No fue fe, fue antojo. Antes del mapa, antes de ti, había pueblos completos que no vas a entender. No éramos pasado, somos raíz, aunque nos llamen historia, seguimos aquí. Hey. 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 Quemaron nombres, vendieron memoria, alzaron fronteras sobre nuestra historia. Nos dijeron atraso para robarnos la voz, civilización a balazos y la fe pa'l control. Pero la tierra recuerda, la raíz no se rinde. Aunque cambien las banderas, la herida no se extingue. No pedir permiso para existir.
Del mar los vieron llegar, mis hermanos emplumados eran los hombres barbados de la profecía esperada. Se oyó la voz del monarca de que el Dios había llegado y les abrimos la puerta. Por temor a lo ignorado, iban montados en bestias, como demonios del mal, iban con fuego en las manos y cubiertos de metal. Solo el valor de unos cuantos les opuso resistencia, y al mirar correr la sangre se llenaron de vergüenza, porque los dioses ni comen ni gozan con lo robado. Y cuando nos dimos cuenta, ya todo estaba acabado, y en ese error entregamos la grandeza del pasado, y en ese error nos quedamos 300 años esclavos. Se nos quedó el maleficio de brindar al extranjero nuestra fe, nuestra cultura, nuestro pan, nuestro dinero, y le seguimos cambiando oro por cuentas de vidrio, y damos nuestras riquezas por sus espejos con brillo. Siglo XX nos siguen llegando rubios y les abrimos la casa y los llamamos amigos, pero si llega cansado un indio de andar la sierra, lo humillamos y lo vemos como extraño por su tierra. Hipócrita que te muestras humilde ante el extranjero, pero te vuelves soberbio con tus hermanos del pueblo. Oh, maldición de Malinche, enfermedad del presente, ¿cuándo dejarás mi tierra? ¿Cuándo harás libre a mi gente?
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú. Tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.